Yeah, you're listening to the Average Joe's, things you think you don't care about. It's America's fastest growing podcast, so just sit back and relax. We got the Average Joe Boo and the Average Joe. We got the mic set up in the studio. Gonna entertain ya, nobody can blame ya. Spending all of your time listening to the Average Joes. We're gonna talk about something that you think you don't care about. We're gonna talk about something that you think you don't care about. Oh yeah. Average Joe's Media,
the podcast Things You Think You Don't Care About,
featuring the Average Joe
and the Average Joe Boo.
It's in the game.
Well, that's fair.
I've heard it both ways.
Keep it clean. Today's topic, party time with special... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Average Joe's Media. I am the Average Joe Boo.
And I am Average Joe. I think I'm down a little bit. There we go. There we go.
Who are you again?
I'm the Average Joe.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So
I feel like after that, I need like a whole Snoop Dogg song about like what's my name?
yeah,
Average Joe, but you know, maybe less profanity because we keep it clean.
I hear you. That makes sense. So today we have a fun topic today, don't we?
I think we do. I mean, this, that, and the other. Get it?
This is Joey's most favorite phrase
Currently.
in any capacity.
I mean, you know, I like to change it up every once in a while.
I don't know if you do.
Well, anywho, that was another one, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's when you like to change subject.
We'll say that for season 3 finale.
Absolutely. So, I mean,
season 2 finale, bud.
Season 2 finale coming at you. We have quite a bit of things on the docket, don't we?
We really do. I mean, it's hard to imagine. You know, once upon a time, not so many months ago, two Joes, we entered into Chili's in Wiley. Shout out to Chili's in Wiley. And we began making podcast history, bud. I mean, as Chris pointed out in our amazing opening song, we're America's fastest growing podcast. But what he left out is it's probably from people that you know. But I mean, season 3, we easily could be the fastest growing podcast, period, whether you know me and Joe Boo or not.
Right.
But then again, if you're listening to us, you kind of know us, right? Because we're friendly people. That's what I think.
Clearly, there's things you think you don't know about, or things you think you don't care about.
Ooh, that could be a spinoff.
It could be.
Could be a spinoff.
Things you think you don't know about. And then things you think you don't care about from two average Joes who are just, you know what, I would say pretty friendly guys, pretty good dudes.
I say we're pretty solid, man. I mean, like, if
I'm not biased or anything, but
no, if you're gonna go like on a scale of 1 to 10, right? 1 being, yeah, these guys are the losers, and 10 being like, wow, I wish these guys were like, you know, they're like father figures, they're like brothers, like best friends. May or may not be a future spouse. I don't know. I'm thinking we're at least a solid 15
out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. I can appreciate the extra credit there.
I mean, if we're America's fastest growing podcast, from people that you know, we really have to be one of the most amazing catches out there when it comes to podcast, entertainment, friendship, support. Really just all the above.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get it. That's good stuff. I mean,
if nothing else, we could market.
With you more.
If nothing else, we could market.
That's fair. So, so we got a few things coming up.
We do have a few things coming up. So, tomorrow
night. Yep.
Crossover event of the century.
Is it? I thought we already had the crossover.
We had the podcast crossover event of the century.
Oh, I see.
Now we're going to have the gaming crossover Twitch event of the century. I know what you're saying, Average Joe, Average Joe Boo. I like Twitch, but I'm down with that game Overwatch, you know, or Rocket League or Fortnite. And I tell you, you know, you're probably right. And maybe the Fortnite World Cup was one of the wideliest viewed, downloaded streams ever.
Wideliest is not a word.
Well, it would not be a podcast without me making stuff up. I'm creative like that.
That's fair.
I'm kind of our chief creative officer, so I get to make up my own words.
Yeah, no, you made this nice graphic that's coming up here, and
yeah,
you know, you can I mean, here, this is how you're going to be able to listen to us tomorrow night.
I'm telling you what. So here's the thing: Killer Bee Gaming, aka the Average Bee, aka Brian Alexander.
Yep.
Good man, good brother, good dude. Up and coming gamer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the person that inspired the love of gaming for my boys.
That's right. That's true.
And so he's an amazing human being.
Uncle Brian.
Uncle B.
Yeah.
And anyway, so he has a Twitch account, and he also has a YouTube account, and he has a Twitter. We're trying to talk him into Facebook because, as you guys can tell now that you're watching, Facebook is where it's all at. But anywho, he's got a Twitch, Killer_B Gaming, or Killer_B_ Gaming. For those of you not able to read the graphic, and so.
Do I need to put the graphic back up there?
Put the graphic back up because
put it back up. Okay.
Here we go again. It's after 8 o'clock. Average
Yeah.
Joe can't read.
There you go.
But anywho, so we're gonna be on Twitch, his stream live tomorrow, playing some Fortnite, having some topical Average Joe's conversations.
Yep.
I'm really excited, but we really need you guys to do us a favor and hook a bee up. Really,
Yes.
he's less than 15 people away from hitting a milestone on his Twitch account.
Yep. Yep.
And we really, really, really wanted to try to help him do that, show him some Average Joe's Media love. Go out there, subscribe, follow, like his Twitch account so that he's able to take it to the next level, much like what we're trying to do with Season 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're trying to make things way better, aren't we?
Way better. I mean, first of all, shout out to Gaming Computers.
Yeah.
We got a little intermittent upgrade action going on here. We're doing Facebook Live, and I don't think we've gotten laggy. Knock on wood.
You don't think so, huh? You're checking it out?
Yeah, we got 7 people watching, and we had a few hearts float up. I guess people are feeling
some love.
Feeling some love.
That's good.
Oh, now we're up to 8, and
Hey-o.
they haven't told us, hey, we can't hear you, we can't see you, this is horrible.
That's good.
So I'm thinking, we're winning
good.
right now. We're winning.
That's good. That's
Dare I
good.
say we're living the dream.
Yeah, well, right now.
But so Season 3, we have a fairly large announcement. We've been teasing.
Yep.
Drum roll.
Yep. Oh, you're actually going to do one. Okay.
If we had planned better, we'd had a soundbar. Maybe that's Season 4, though.
Maybe I
that's
trust
season
you
4.
with the phone in Season 3. Maybe.
Well, next time we go to Guitar Center, I'm going to get a cowbell. Because you know what? Everything needs more cowbell.
That's fair. That's fair.
Eso es muy justo.
Okay.
Shout out to the Average Puppet Master. She joined.
That's right. So the new computer, I went to my daughter
You did.
because let's face
the
it.
Average TJ, right?
That's right, the average Terra. So we actually, as we grow up, we have better things than what our parents had. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Me and you have better things than what your parents had.
Of course.
Yes. So it only stands to reason that our children should get better things than what we have.
Obviously, without saying.
I mean, maybe until you start a podcast.
That's fair.
So I took Tara's her computer tower, and you know what? I was like, maybe this will help some of the lag issues.
Yeah, maybe
It's a better computer. It's for gaming, which I didn't really think about streaming on Facebook being as in terms of requirements, the same as streaming with a game, because there's a whole lot more things I felt like that went into gaming than went into just Facebook Live. But you never really understand.
Well, learning is important.
That's fair.
We're learning so much, and Season 3, we hope, brings us a shower of blessings.
Yes.
That will possibly enable us to maybe upgrade our own computer system.
You're right. I like that. That's a good idea. It's a good possibility.
And speaking of our first blessing,
Yes.
Do you want to open up with what our first blessing is? We're really excited, really stoked.
We're really excited about the possibility and the very serious talks of.
Really close, like this close. I think, like maybe. I mean, really, basically, it's really on us. Really, I think at this point.
At this point, it's
Yeah, we gotta clutch the bag, send the bag, Or does it send the... Never mind.
I don't know. You're making a whole lot of bag jokes. I'm feeling like I could just throw a couple
secure the
testes
bag.
in there and it'd be real bad. You know what I mean?
Keep it clean.
That's fair.
What is that? Is Distempio Limpo? No, I said that really wrong.
That is.
You had the graphic up.
Way wrong.
You had that graphic up. So yeah,
it's coming up later. It'll be on the end. It's a new ending for us.
It's a very new ending. Yeah. Keep it clean in Spanish. We like to speak 2 languages here.
Yeah, manténlo limpio.
Oh, you remembered from the average Des, you know? The Tempio Limpio.
No,
that sounded more Italian, didn't it? That sounded a little more Italian.
That sounded more like you have impotence issues.
Well, that's not fair.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, my goodness. Well, while we're laughing about my inability to speak, we'll give a few shout-outs real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Who we got joining us right now? We got Debbie. We got Eric. We got Joyce. We got Carla. We got Jason. He says, yo, what's up, bro?
What's up?
We got Jeff. We got Mike. We got Kaylee. Hello. She says hi.
Kaylee?
Kaylee. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fine.
There you go, Jeff. Who's left holding the bag?
I can't really see the thing.
Well, here's the thing. We've got to make sure that we've secured the bag so that we can hand the bag off to a future partner in crime.
Yeah.
The one of our first guests.
Yeah. Was he?
Well, not our first guest, but one of our first guests.
One of our first. Yeah.
Yeah, one of our first guests.
I think he was top 3.
Top 3. It might have been one of the first pitchers.
It was the
first pitcher.
The first
pitcher on the wall.
Absolutely. Well, it was the first picture taken.
Right.
Yes, and then when we took that picture, then we took another picture with Debbie and Katie.
That's right. That's fair.
And then we decided we have this wall space in the studio.
We do. We have wall space.
Let's fill it with guest appearance pictures.
Exactly. Well, I'm just, for the sake of telling the story, I'm going to say that you put up this individual's picture first.
Well, I may have.
I mean, maybe possibly.
I rearranged it quite a bit whenever I was lining up all the screws in the wall. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So
that's fair.
They just kind of fell whenever, the next one was up. I just hung it next, because I stacked them up, you know what I mean?
So is so many things in life.
Well, that's fair.
But anyways, shout out to John Jacobus.
John Jacobus.
Our man.
Wanting to express serious interest and serious talks into a partnership with the Average Joes.
I'm telling you what, I'm excited about it. Because you know what? Here's the thing. We've said it once. We've said it twice. We'll say it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
You need a friend.
Absolutely.
And if you need a friend, we know of a friend.
We know of a friend. Absolutely.
We know of a really good friend.
We got a friend in him.
We do have a friend in him, and you can have a friend in him because you know what? When you're looking in life and you're saying to yourself, "Man, I want to make some changes." Maybe I need to refinance something. Maybe I need to sell something. Better yet, maybe I'm ready to start the next chapter in my life. I need a new place to live. I need to live that American dream.
Yes.
We got a friend in John.
Yes.
So
you ain't never had a friend like John.
You ain't never had a friend like John. And might I say, in seeking John's friendship.
Yeah. Okay.
In you attaining the American dream and being a homeowner.
Yes.
It's kind of like a patriotic thing to do.
Yes.
Because nothing says patriotism like someone named John.
Okay.
John Adams. John Hancock.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it,
are there any more, or were those the only 2 you got, or was it just those 2?
Those are the 2 that stick out in my mind. But I'm saying, why not have John Jacobus' name on the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights? I mean, he makes dreams come true.
Are there names on the Bill of Rights?
Yeah.
There are names on the Bill of Rights?
I'm sure there are.
Just the Bill of Rights itself?
Well, I mean, there's names on the Constitution.
Okay.
And the Bill of Rights are amendments to the Constitution.
Amendments, which means they came after...
Well, I'll tell you what, not to dive into the whole history subject, but what I thought was really odd was if they had so many amendments that came out right after the Constitution was ratified, why didn't they just redo the Constitution?
So do you think all the people that signed the Constitution were like a coalition of the Founding Fathers?
Well, I believe it was a confederation of states whose representatives went to the Continental Congress.
Oh, okay. But it wasn't a coalition of dudes.
Coalitions is fine. Are you giving me a hard time because I believe I used the word coalition? This is great. I love...
Yes, I am. Yeah.
I love throwback to all the fun stuff that we said. Oh, John F. Kennedy. Oh, I like it.
Wow. Well, he wasn't on the...
I saw this on here, yeah.
He wasn't on the Declaration of Independence or anything.
Well, we got John is the best. He helped us find our last house. Debbie said that.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I like that.
I mean,
his name is my name too. Clearly.
If you think about it, we could work that in.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Here's the deal: you can't go wrong with someone with a J in their name. You just can't go wrong with them.
I mean, that's fair.
That is very fair.
Yeah.
And then if you have somebody whose first two letters in their name are J and an O,
they would be an average Joe of some nature.
They will. So really, he's just like an extension of us.
It felt like it was destiny.
It really did. I mean, we love this whole duo we have going on. We love the Dos Amigos.
I know, but whenever you throw in the
third,
the three amigos,
it just rolls off the tongue.
It really does. It really does. Potentially three Joes.
Potentially three Joes.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to exploring what that partnership is, what that partnership means, what we're able to bring to you, and what we're able to see contributed by the man, the myth, the legend himself. And you know what? Bring awareness to an important need we have going on in our country.
Absolutely.
And that is people need homes.
That's true.
Because you know what? Home is where the heart is.
It really is. Speed saying, "What's up, Average Joes?"
What's up, Speed? He has a J-O in his name.
And
he has a J in his name.
Fair.
It is fair.
He may need to be a guest.
I think he should be.
It just, once in season 3, maybe Speed comes on to the show.
I know, but you know what? You're gonna have to slow down because we don't want it to go too fast.
It might get a little quick.
I don't know. And the topic might have to be comic book characters. I don't know.
Could be Fast and Furious. I'm not sure.
Ooh, it could be gone in 30 seconds.
It could be.
Is it gone in 60 seconds?
Yeah, I think it was gone.
As many times as I watched that movie, you'd think I'd remember what it was called.
Gone in 30 seconds. That's funny.
Man,
gone in 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds.
Man,
that's funny.
If we're keeping with the patriotic thing, maybe he could be a Minuteman.
Yeah, well, maybe. You know what? Maybe having Speed on here would be like a national treasure.
It could be. Either it'd be a real bump.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That is it.
We might be really hyper.
That's
That's
fair. Might get addicted.
We could
very easily.
Very much.
I mean, he's very likable. If you don't know Speed Jones, you need to reach out and get to know him.
So clarification, got to keep up with the Joneses. Laugh out loud. Yep, we have to. Obviously.
That's fair.
But so for clarification from a faux pas from our last podcast, where I didn't exactly hit the joke right. If you hear me randomly say shout out to Speed, I'm talking about Speed Jones.
You're talking about Speed Jones.
Yeah, not an illegal substance.
The high school friend of ours.
Yeah, the high school friend of ours. He says he's down. That's great. And then Jeff, middle name is Joe. There you go, bud.
I like it.
No limits. I like that.
That's good stuff.
Good stuff.
I mean, things are looking up. I mean, I'm thinking that right now we just got our first 2 guests.
We might
for season 3.
And I'm still wishing. I'm still wishing upon a star. If someone said, "Hey, blow out some candles, make a wish."
Yep.
Someone says, "Close your eyes and make a wish." Throw some money in a wishing well. My wish of wishes is to have the great Jeff Humber on season 3. So no pressure, Jeff.
No pressure, Jeff. All I'm saying.
No pressure, Jeff.
If you think you got what it takes, we got a chair, nice and ready for you.
We do, and the thing about it is we got to be careful though, because Jeff comes on here. I mean, people are going to be upset when Jeff's not on the show. Oh. I don't know why Jeff doesn't have a show.
You think that he's going to exceed all of our wildest expectations and that of the listener?
I think he's going to crush it.
Wow. Okay. Well, good. You're kind of
he's a charismatic guy, man.
What's a charismatic guy?
It's kind of.
I'm just kind of curious, Joe. I need to know what a charismatic guy is right now.
What's up, Mike?
Is it is it charismatic or is it charismatic?
Tammy Joint, hey, what's up? I'm saying, Jeff, we got to get you on the book, man. Got to get you on the book. So here's the deal. So you have charismatic, right? Everybody knows what charismatic is.
Yeah.
But if you're more than charismatic, you're charismatic.
Oh, you lose the S.
Well, because everything's hip and cool when you remove letters. We've been over this with slang and
yes.
millennial speak. Shout out to
so
the
that's
average
a word that we
Kelly
could find,
Oliveri.
That's a word we could find in a urban.
I'm pretty
dictionary.
sure. I mean, we examined the term "bay" very closely.
We did.
We did. And I still think it's crazy that it's BAE, not BAB.
Yeah.
That'd be Bab.
Well,
I'm making less sense, guys.
So earlier, whenever you said that Kaylee said, "Hey," I thought you mispronounced Kelly's name because she tuned in earlier too.
No, see, to my disadvantage, growing up, I knew that there was a spelling of the word Kelly, Kelly. Then I saw Kelli. Okay. And then I met the former. And that blew my mind.
Yes.
Because it was like KIA, BCDEFG,
Yeah.
HI. You know what I mean? Like, it's super crazy. And so then Kaylee.
Yeah. So Kelly is KELEIGH.
I thought it was Kaylee.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Right. And then we had.
But Kaylee McCrory did come on and
Really?
say, "Hey, so
Yeah, so
Kaylee, how are you?
What's up?
How are you?" I just thought Joey doesn't know how to read or pronounce things. You know, it's
That's fair.
far be it from me to make an assumption like that. But
I like to
whatever.
think of it as I give so much of myself, during the day with all my responsibilities that when I come here, I'm more of a free spirit.
That's fair. Jeff, you're just a cornflake looking for a bowl of milk. Let me just let you know that Joey and I are going to be your fresh fruit in that bowl of cereal.
I'm
That's
telling you
all
what,
that
man.
is.
Like you have a friend in John Jacobus, and
Yep.
you also have a bowl of cereal waiting for you here, bud.
That's absolutely right. I mean, it's an explosion of flavor in your mouth.
We,
That's
we,
all I'm
can,
saying.
we can have cornflakes. You know what I mean? Yeah, corn pops. You know what I mean? Honey Jacks. Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Some Raisin Bran, some Cheerios.
The whole explosion of flavor in your mouth. That's just. There's,
I mean,
there's
I
a
think
whole lot of ways to
well,
take
he's
that
probably he was probably in, but now he's probably like questioning.
He's like, yeah.
I don't know if I want to drive.
He's either questioning or transitioning. It's one of the two.
Well, it's 2019. We're mid-year. Anywho, so we got Mike Rothman and Tammy Miller joining. What's up, Tammy?
Oh man.
Moss Green.
Ma is asking when Cam Media Studios' next podcast is. Well, I think we're going to be waiting on that for.
I think first day of school you have to.
Well,
or
maybe.
first week.
Well, I think we're going to try to get one of her little friends over because.
Oh, that'd be so good.
She's struggling with wanting to do it on her own, and she needs guests. So, maybe give it a couple weeks, and she'll kind of get in the swing of things whenever she has some friends come over and do it. And she's got some stickers that she can give out to her friends, and then she can kind of talk it up and say, "I got my own little podcast, and we can have a fun time with this podcast and everything. And you can come over to my house, and you can record with me, and we can hang out, and they can make like a day of it or something." And
it's gonna be fun. She's gonna be the coolest kid in school.
I really think ultimately, whenever this thing takes off for her. But we had to lay the groundwork somewhere, and maybe we did it a little too quick, a little too early before school started, because I knew that she'd want to have friends over when she got it going.
But she's laid the groundwork for it to take off.
That's fair.
Yeah, speaking
we
of,
got the Facebook page up. We got the channel ready to go. She knows how to turn a computer on and record whatever she wants.
Yeah, we got the mini studio happening.
Yeah, and she really has everything that she needs in order to do it. But Daddy's got to listen to it before he uploads it.
Hashtag keep it clean.
So she doesn't know how to upload it, which is where it needs to be. 7-year-olds don't need to be able to upload their own stuff without somebody kind of peering over the shoulder. That's all I'm saying. That's my personal opinion. This, that, and the other. This is this for me. This is necessary.
Well, speaking of children and speaking of future endeavors, I'm kind of trying to be in the talk a little bit with the Average Jackamo.
Okay.
To be our first Average Joe's Gaming.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Athlete, but we're still negotiating terms.
Okay. Hey, Speed said that Shiloh would come over and guest with
that'd be
Cam
great.
Media Studio. That'd be fantastic. We'll have to set that up sometime. Absolutely, I would definitely welcome that for sure.
Yeah, and then Moss says Mommy wants to be a guest.
Yeah, well,
that's fair.
We'll see about that. We got to kind of let that one play out, I guess.
And then
she's got to come over to do that, because the studio's here.
That's fair.
And then she's got to sit down at that table where she'll probably bust a knee or something because of how
it's close enough to the couch, man.
Well, I mean, it's possible. I'm not sure, but
I don't know if Mommy comes over. Maybe it's a big girl studio.
Maybe. Well, it could be. It could be. And I've talked to her mother, and her mother. I mean, she's interested. She wants to do it. She wants to. It's just all about time.
I got an idea.
Busy schedules.
How about we'll make the topic book club, and we could do 2 episodes. Could do 2 episodes, bud.
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you right now.
I don't know if she's watching, but I'm still waiting for the book book club.
I'm still waiting for it to fizzle out. Is ultimately what I'm waiting for right now.
It's okay. It's still, we both have dreams.
Do we?
Yours, Morning Routine, Volume 2. Mine is Book Club, Volume 1.
Speaking of, if you have not seen or listened to...
Thank heavens we did not have a camera going.
Well, I really wish we did. It would have been way better. But if you have not listened to Morning Routine, It's somewhere in the ballpark of episode 14 of season 1 of our podcast. You need to listen to that. You will be rolling on the floor laughing.
You really will be.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a blast. You know.
I mean, you had such a great time.
I really did. I mean, because nothing says Christmas morning or Christmas Eve, Christmas music playing.
Yep.
You know, Christmas tree, Christmas lights, just feeling of overall holiday joy.
Yep.
Then talking about some morning routines.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hashtag get bunchy.
Get it.
Hashtag get bunchy.
Make sure when you fold, make sure the corners line up. That's all I'm saying.
You know, folding is so important.
Yep.
And some people thought, it's just for laundry. Nope, it's for other things too.
Yep. You make sure you fold, and even coverage right there.
I'm telling you
that's
what.
Even coverage. Bunching.
Proper disposal.
Bunching, you are not certain
You're going rogue.
about the coverage.
You're going rogue.
Yeah, I mean, you might miss something. I'm just saying. It might not be as clean as you would like.
You never know.
Just
you
saying.
never know.
I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there, throwing that out for everybody.
So more things to come in season 3.
Yep.
Still exploring other partnerships.
Yep, absolutely. We got a couple of talks in the works right now. And not really sure how they'll go, but for sure they're definitely potential there.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We also, I'm trying to think, we had some other things. We're still trying to do something with Anime for Humanity. We mentioned them, I think, 2 podcasts ago. Working on kind of writing a Two Roads post and getting some material for them to take to all their conventions.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try to get Jonathan Ross, Big Ross, on a podcast.
You think he's gonna come out for that first one?
I think so. We just got to get it scheduled and everything. I talked to him last night, I believe.
Yep.
He's still in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Getting some stuff taken care of there, so we're looking forward to hopefully having him. And if you haven't looked at it, folding fitted sheets. That's fair. That's not fun either, Jeff. It's craziness. But back to John Ross, though. But so if you haven't had a chance to look through some of the feed, we'll post it again. We're trying to kick off season 3 with a Friday Night Lights reunion-esque episode.
Yep.
If we got enough interest where we can kind of have some people come over. We can talk about football, preview the 2019-2020 season, whether it be the high school level, the collegiate level, the NFL level, fantasy football. But also, if we got some old friends, some old players or whatever, want to reminisce a little bit and share their stories of gridiron glory,
that's right.
By all means, it'd be a lot of fun to get a group together.
Absolutely,
it would. Fun?
Absolutely, it would. So, also coming up in season 3 is we have some potential segments that we're going to experiment with.
We are,
and we're going to give you a little taste of that of one of them. And you know what? Maybe this is the only one we really do in season 3, or at least focus on, and maybe we dabble in a couple others throughout the season.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you what, as amazing as it's going to be, it's probably going to blow your minds away. We got like 11 people watching. What's up, Corey? He just joined. Gilbert shared the stream. We appreciate the love, my friend. I think we should probably give them a taste, man. They're going to love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what do we call it? We called it
RFT.
RFT. So rapid fire time.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Rapid
RFT.
fire. RFT. We love acronyms. Who doesn't like acronyms?
I mean, really, who does not? So
I'm having a RGT, a really good time.
There it is. So ultimately, we're gonna give a couple topics. We're gonna have a 4-minute timer.
Yeah, like a little point counterpoint.
Yeah. And you know what? When that timer's up, we'll go to the next question or topic, and then we'll make sure that we try to stay close to the 4 minutes. If that timer goes off, then we will allow whoever is talking to finish before we move on to the next one.
Ooh.
Is that fair?
That is very fair.
Okay,
Corey says, yo, what's up? Corey Speed saying maybe do a live spot from his tattoo shop.
Hey.
And, I don't believe in coincidences. We were actually at dinner last night.
Yep.
And we were talking a little bit about, like, things you think you don't care about. Tattoos and piercings.
Tattoos.
We might have to book that. And then speaking of booking, Terrence Singleton just joined the podcast.
Terrence Singleton.
What's up, dude?
Terrence, you're going to have to come in for the episode 1 football Friday Night Lights reunion.
Episode 1, episode 15, you name it, brother. You need to be on it.
That guy has like 0.5% body fat, and that might be high.
I'm afraid to see him in person.
Yeah, I am too, because he would make me look silly.
He makes everybody look silly.
Well, that's
fair. The
that's
dude is
fair.
like he's like a gift from above.
I don't know how that happens.
He's chiseled.
He really is.
I mean, like
it's not a 6-pack. It's like a like a 24-pack.
There should be a sculpture of him,
which sounds bad because it's a big box, but
right. But like in Italy,
you can
somewhere,
see all 24 of the abs on his abs.
It's like a whole case.
It's
I think his abs have abs.
I think they do. I think they've reproduced.
I think there's more muscles that I can see on him than I knew existed.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
Good stuff. And then Corey, he said, he's SOT. He's experiencing an evening routine.
SOT?
He's sitting on the toilet.
Is that what that means? That's good. Oh, that's good.
Jeff, appreciate the love, brother. Have a good evening, my friend.
Brian Moore, man, he's a fraternity brother coming out, showing some support.
What's the name of the fraternity?
Like Sigma Chi.
Sigma Chi.
Sigma Chi fraternity.
Do you have like a cool chant or something that you do?
You know, it's been a long, long time.
It's been a little bit.
So, you know, we have a couple phrases that you know we just kind of say. I don't really remember what they mean because they're in Latin, and I never took Latin. But
E pluribus unum, carpe sum diem.
Guilty. Well, it's in hoc signo vinces. I believe it means
winkies or wincase?
Wincase.
Okay, wincase.
I believe. I could be getting that way wrong. But
you're not doing the old Sigma Chi brothers proud right now.
Well, it's been forever, man. I've been wanting to get out there and go to a chapter meeting. It's been crazy, you know, with work, with 2 sports now, 3 kids.
A podcast.
Now the
fastest growing in America.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we ever get Jared Richardson and Terry Barker on the podcast, we'll have to share our story of Sigma Omega Pi.
Okay.
That was the fraternity we were starting.
Okay.
That was the plan at Stephen F. Austin. It did not exactly pan out, but it's we had brochures and business cards.
You were gonna do it. You were gonna go. You were gonna full send.
Full send.
Okay.
Full send.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go. We're gonna start with the rapid fire right now. And
feel free to join in. We will try to include your commentary on the topics at hand as expeditiously. See, I said that word right.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out to SAT words.
Yeah. Corey Chi is not Ki, it's CHI. There, you know, the Greek letter. No relation to Cobra Kai, you know, which is fun. And he spelled Kai wrong in terms of Cobra Kai. It's Kai. But I do appreciate the effort. It was good.
Shout out to English teachers.
Shout out to just teachers in general.
I mean, educators getting ready.
That's right.
The average Joe, we got to watch out. He's dusting
First
off.
day of school for us. Monday.
He's dusting off the old brain dust right here from the summer. He's ready to.
I'm struggling right now.
Put it in full gear. Speaking of, real quick before we go into rapid fire, I think can I officially congratulate the.
No, you cannot.
I can't.
It's not official, man. You can.
You're killing me.
Congratulate the interim basis of it.
Okay. Here we go.
Yes, if you would like to.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, athletes from around the world. Now introducing my man, my brother from another mother, my podcast partner in crime, the official, undisputed, undefeated at the moment,
okay,
interim, soon-to-be permanent head soccer coach of the Rowlett Eagles boys soccer team, or whatever that noise that they do for America.
Did you just...
I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know. You know, like people on the radio, like or whatever. It's like the America eagle cry.
That's what an eagle sounds like to
you. It
It
is. So I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm going to tell you what. When soccer season hits, we're going to have Average Joe's Night out there, the Rowlett High School soccer games. And for those South alumni, we like to go to soccer games back in the day, cheer our boys on.
That's true.
And maybe cause a little bit of distractions for the opposing team.
Yeah, I'm going to. Strongly recommend caution there.
Oh, we'll be cautious
because there's a GISD fan code of conduct.
Probably starting because of the class of 2000.
Probably because
from South Garland High School.
Because of that, for sure.
Shout out to those guys. Those were crazy guys.
So I mean, you know what? As long as you're out there encouraging the athletes, then that is all that I expect out there.
Well, I can guarantee that we will not have any Average Joe sponsored NRB shirts. Shout out to anybody who knows what an NRB shirt was. Okay. That was good stuff.
Okay.
That was good stuff. Anyways, I do think we should go out. We should support y'all. I really want us to explore getting our Average Joe's Media soccer scarves.
Yes.
Because that would be legit.
Yes, I do. I think that we are going to go there.
with a few more sponsorships. You never know what possibly we could offer. I think
we might just stretch and get that anyways.
I mean, so.
We're already in the black, close to 4, so.
I mean, why not?
What's another 50, or something like that?
I mean, shout out to winning the lottery.
Are we really making money on this thing yet?
I don't. No, of course not. But you know what? We're making memories. We're making friends.
Congrats, people. I appreciate it.
And keep showing this man some love. I got one more thing, just because I love you, brother, and I'm really proud of you. This man has worked extremely hard for a very long time, cultivating young athletes, young men, helping them achieve greatness. You guys finished the varsity season on an extremely high note, going pretty far in some nail-biting games.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, last year, we talked about this on an earlier podcast, is that, last year ultimately ended with the season where we have unfinished business this season.
I'm telling you what.
We went as far as, in 2 games in a row, we went as far throughout the game as you could possibly go. Ultimately,
multiple overtimes, shootouts.
You got the extra time, the 2 10-minute extra time periods that are guaranteed to go throughout the entirety, and then and both teams. I mean, neither team was quitting at any time, and ultimately, what we have to deal with is 2 districts around us in our first 2 rounds of playoffs that are formidable, and if we struggle in district, then we are going to severely struggle out of district. But even still, we were district champs last year. And
district champs.
Which means we were supposed to have the easier of roads, from all the playoff teams. And, we played against a couple teams that they just never quit. And I mean, it went 6+ shooters in shootouts. And that's after all the extra time, the extra 10s and everything. And it was a nail biter in both games. I mean, we were just sitting there hoping for something to go right, and most of the time it did until that last shot. And it was heartbreaking, but we got to that second round, and we hadn't gotten to that second round in several years, and we should have. But, things just didn't fall our way. That's how sports go,
And if I could say one more thing, just because I'm all about sharing and showing some love.
Okay.
So here's the deal, kids. Unfortunately, in the world today, schools and all their extracurricular activities do not always get the resources, the funding, and the participation and the help that you might think that they would get for all sports. And so, in addition to showing some love, I'm going to prod the average Joe Boo, Coach Joe Boo over there, the above-average head coach, might I add, to keep us, the Average Joe Media family, abreast of any fundraising or booster club activities that might need to happen, because we got to make sure that our Average Joe Eagles, I know they're the Rowlett Eagles, but as far as I'm concerned, they're the Average Joe Eagles.
Okay.
Maybe. I want to get some warm-up shirts for them or something.
Okay. I don't know how that's going to work out.
I don't know how it's going to work out either. We're going to make it happen.
I don't know.
Shout out to anybody we know that working in the district admin to make this happen.
I feel like we can't be walking billboards.
Well, I mean, just instead of being the Fighting Eagles, they can be the Fighting Joe Boos. It's going to be fine either way. But anywho, I want to make sure that Joe Boo and his boys, his men, his young men have everything they need to train and to participate and feel as incredible as they are. And I'm not going to throw any jinxes out there, but if we make it to a state championship, and by we I mean really you, but me living vicariously through you and supporting you.
Okay. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah, it might. I mean, I
didn't know they had state championships in podcasting.
If they did, we would so crush it.
We might. We just might. That's true.
More congratulations, real quick, Tammy, cousin, Sissy, aka. You have a good night too. Thank you so much for the love and appreciation. But yes, sorry. People are signing off. You got to tell them good night.
No, that's good, Tammy. We appreciate you absolutely.
But yeah. So
Christina, thank you for the congrats. I appreciate that.
But we got to keep these congrats coming as we show some support throughout the year, fundraising opportunities. I really think since we have not pulled off Bacardi and car wash, I think we need to have our first car wash karaoke experience.
Whoa.
Maybe put on a karaoke concert in support of maybe a Rowlett boys soccer car wash.
Oh, is that right?
I got so many plans that are probably against most district policies.
Well,
so we're
probably true.
I'm gonna try not to get our boy.
I'm gonna let you go through the red tape of all that.
I'm gonna try really hard not to get you fired, but
I appreciate
you might be listening to also the new Booster Club president. I don't know.
Okay.
I ain't got nobody into the school, but I'm going to support you, homie.
That's funny.
We could have Jackson and Jordan do your commentary for the games.
Maybe that'd be interesting.
Full send.
We could not do that. They would not be able to control themselves.
They would not.
They'd be like,
Go,
too excited.
No, ma'am. Sorry, we were saying
all
mothers
should
mothers should go on the field with their students. You know,
especially
senior
the
night.
seniors.
Senior night. We want to make it a magical experience for all moms. And look, we got some people there saying they're down. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know who just gave it angry face, but we still love you.
Yeah, that was called self-censoring right there.
Oh, self-censoring.
In case you thought it was going somewhere it shouldn't.
Because we keep it clean.
That's right, we do.
¿Cómo se dice keep it clean in español?
Manténlo limpio.
Manténlo limpio. I feel like I said it just like you did. Manténlo limpio.
You did not.
No, I didn't. I feel like it was. I feel like it was pretty good.
That's funny.
I feel like it was pretty good. So
that's funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna quit bragging on you.
Okay, well I appreciate that. I appreciate the love for sure, and I'm excited. It's been a bit of a roller coaster of a summer just because of unknowns, and ultimately in career, you going up in the career or whatever, unknowns can derail you a little bit, and so it's been crazy, but I'm excited going forward right now.
If anything we've learned from season 2, if anything season 2 has taught us, #support those you know, is that good things do happen to good people.
Yeah,
and when they do, we've got to talk about them. We've got to share them. We got to celebrate them because obviously, in the world we live in today, there's not always good stuff on the news. There's not always great stuff being talked about in the world. And so we just got to do our share to spread the good and let people know that there's still hope out there.
Absolutely. So let's get to rapid fire.
Rapid fire. You going first or am I going first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well,
you ready? So as soon as you ask the question, we'll start the 4-minute timer, and when it goes ding, we'll go to the next question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the very first question.
That's right. We'll be
rapid fire.
We'll probably be testing with the
RFT,
the audio too.
Yeah,
with this,
that's fair.
The ding on this timer might be a little loud.
A little bit loud. So hopefully your ears don't bleed.
Well, that's fair.
Prepare small children and animals. Anywho, okay. So first question: school dress code.
So are you asking how do I feel about school dress code?
How do you feel about school dress code?
First of all, I believe school students need to have a dress code. I mean, teachers do too, but you don't necessarily have to govern that near as much. But student dress code is absolutely necessary. Number one, students need rules, and that's ultimately what school is all about: following the rules, following the expectations, and being someone who can do what they're told, because let's face it, not that many people are the boss. Not that many people make the rules. There's a ton of people out there that have to follow the rules if they want to get along, if they want to make a career or a living out of whatever.
Right.
So I believe that they need to have a dress code because it's just another rule they can follow. It's an easily enforceable rule, in my opinion, because you see it, they broke the rule, you can clearly and quickly address it.
So my position on this is, I agree there needs to be rules, there needs to be regulations, there needs to be guidance and things.
Yep.
But my thing is I've become more and more about outcomes. If there's a policy, there's a procedure, there's a rule, there's an instruction, it should lead to a desired outcome. So we have 2 school districts that we're working in. This year we have I got my twins still in GISD. Shout out to Hudson, and then my oldest Jordan. He's going to be a junior at Wiley High School, and very drastic differences.
Yep.
In what's expected. Really impressed with everything going on in Wiley. Great principal, great staff, great counselors. Really great environment. Super impressed so far. Open campus. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, so many cool things going, but then we got ready to do some school clothes shopping, and it's like, okay, they got a dress code. Well, at first when I looked at it, I thought, oh my goodness, they're uniformed, but they're not uniformed. It's a little bit
it's just
less
a stricter dress code.
Yeah, and so I can understand some of their decisions in trying to help prepare kids for what the real world might entail.
Okay.
Weird thing though, horizontally striped shirts. That's no.
We're out on horizontally striped shirts.
We're out on it. We don't care what color polo it is, as long as any logo or insignia is not larger than a credit card.
What is an insignia?
I believe I said insignia.
Oh, okay. I know you didn't.
Well, the G was silent on that one.
Okay,
the G
that's
was silent
fair.
on that one.
Okay, just making sure.
But so I don't quite understand. The striped shirt thing just seems a little bit extreme.
Striped shirt seems like a bit of an extreme, but there may be something that happened and it was a regular thing in Wiley, and the striped shirt was the identifier of that thing.
That's fair.
Ultimately, that could be the reason. Now, there could be a ton of other reasons.
Maybe somebody doesn't like striped shirts. I don't know.
Maybe.
But going back to Garland, though, so like some campuses have it, some campuses don't. Like, the high school that Jordan went to, freshman and part of sophomore year, that was the most relaxed dress code I've ever seen. I mean, kids had like sleeve tattoos, they had piercings, they had facial hair, they could wear pajamas and slides. Like it was awesome.
I would tell you, as a GISD employee, Saxe has predominantly the same dress code as every other school in the district. Now, what things do and don't get enforced, that's where the potential difference is. Now, ultimately, when you have 3,000 kids at a high school, you have to pick your battles. And some of those dress code battles are not necessarily the one you want to pick with a particular kid.
Right.
If that makes sense.
And I think, like, it looked like it was working for them, good atmosphere, good attitude, a lot of participation across the board. It was pretty awesome. And, like, we were talking about this the other day where, we were wearing pajama pants and flip-flops our senior year and stuff. So completely fine with it.
Finish your talk.
Okay.
Finish your
But I guess the biggest thing for the contrast there is like some of the elementary schools, even middle schools, that enforce the uniforms. And I've always struggled with if you're requiring students to wear red, white, or blue shirts, khaki pants, right, or whatever, shorts, skirts, whatever.
Yep.
If you're requiring them to do that, and the basis is twofold of you want people to look the same, you don't want any gang affiliation, this, that, and the other, and or you want people to not feel embarrassed or second class due to the cost of their clothing. The problem with that is like I'm not a gang member.
That's fair.
But and I have not been in a gang.
You do know that the beat means to wrap it up, right?
I'm wrapping it up.
Is this the wrap up?
This is the wrap up.
My gosh, we need to maybe qualify what a wrap up needs.
It probably needs to be. So I will end in this. I just don't understand how that accomplishes the outcome in which they desired, because anytime you see a bunch of kids that are going to those schools, it doesn't really accomplish it. But I'll be quiet now as we have ended this. Do we want to share any of the comments real quick?
Well, I got a couple that says, Debbie, no to uniforms because not everyone has the same body. Some people could look and feel extremely bad about themselves because you're forcing them into a box.
Speed says dress code yes, uniform thumbs down.
Yep. Mike says like lasagna. That had to have been like the horizontal striped shirt.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that.
I think that had to be. But shout out to lasagna though.
Yeah. Hey, delicious meal. Absolutely. Crystal joined. How you doing, Crystal? Appreciate you joining in.
So good comments, good commentary. Okay,
absolutely.
So your question next.
Next, so we got this holdout with Zeke in Dallas.
We do.
Right. How did the Cowboys fare this season without Zeke?
Well, my hot sports topic opinion.
Get it.
Whatever we're saying is this. Here's the thing. So Zeke, great running back, maybe the best running back in the game right now, but that means nothing if he's not on the field and he's not playing.
Yep.
He had an incident that it involved him being suspended. We lost time with him. It kind of derailed our season.
Yep.
Then he unfortunately acts like an idiot and a fool and can't be left alone without doing stupid things. So he continues to get in trouble. He has to go to New York. He almost gets suspended again, but he doesn't. He has 2 years left on his contract. He should be at practice. He should be showing the team and the organization and the whole world, for that matter, that he's trying to be a better person. He's trying to be a better teammate and whatnot. And the thing that I find even more irritating is this man got paid a lot of money day one. Dak Prescott got paid hardly anything day one. And he has had so much responsibility and pressure thrust upon him. Let Dak get paid. Amari Cooper, none of it matters if we don't have a good wideout. Let some other people get paid.
Yep.
Take some time and wait your turn. I don't believe that teams should make people play a year in, and like a year into their last part of their contract and potentially get hurt. Look what happened to Earl Thomas.
That's fair.
But 2 years out and you've been acting a fool and costing your team.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm saying, I mean, I want him to play and I want to draft him for fantasy, but you know what I mean. But like,
he's still in my big money league draft. He still went like third.
Well, if he hits the field,
he's going to be a
he's
monster,
doing great. But I just don't think it's. I think when you're already getting paid millions of dollars. And
Jeffrey Hoddle, how are you doing, Jeff? Appreciate you. You stay on for a little bit. I need some comments from that guy. It's good stuff.
But yeah, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So ultimately, with Zeke, what I feel is going on is, have you seen the depth chart of running backs for the Cowboys?
We got Alfred Morris.
Okay, so we got somebody who's very seasoned, and he could do a couple things.
I like cast iron skillets.
Okay, but my point is that Zeke's holding out because he can. There's nobody threatening his playing time when and if he returns, ultimately, on the Cowboys.
Right.
And so, if you don't want something like that happening, you bring somebody in, you bring a name in to challenge him for time. And and it's ultimately the same issue with Le'Veon Bell and James Conner. Right. So Conner started going crazy for the Steelers this last season, and then the Steelers were like, you know what? Looks like we can compete, and we do not need Le'Veon Bell as part of our team. So then he gets moved over to the Jets, or he gets signed by them, or there was a trade or whatever it was that moved him. But there was zero emphasis on keeping Le'Veon Bell in Nope, Joe, you're gonna have to stick through this. You're gonna have to.
45 seconds.
You're gonna be good. So,
oh man.
So ultimately, we have that situation. We don't have anybody that really is challenging it, and so if we don't have a running back, Dak's gonna be pressured way too much, and which is gonna diminish or defeat the purpose with all the receivers, with Amari Cooper and all this other stuff. So
I couldn't agree more.
So I guess my point here is that the Cowboys are going to be okay without Zeke, but that is it. That is it.
I think how poignant that you make your point. That's great. I mean, it's good stuff.
Absolutely.
It's really good stuff.
So the next topic, we got two more of these topics.
Two more topics left. It's so good. So there's the timer.
There's the timer.
So I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave you with mine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to step out of camera for a second
you're
and
gonna
go.
Step off the show.
Nature's calling, unfortunately.
If you wouldn't come over here and make a 45-ounce bottle of water,
hey, hydration is important.
And then down it before we do this.
So here we go.
You wouldn't have to go. You wouldn't have to go tinkle.
Here we go. Y'all help carry on the conversation with Joe Booth for a minute.
Drain the dragon.
I'm telling you what. So pineapple on pizza. Thoughts? Go. Because I'm going.
Okay. So
this is our first
good.
Potty break.
This is the first time you've had to leave, dude. You're gonna wet yourself, man.
If I haven't already.
Hey, tell me about the routine, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, guys. So, I mean, Joey's going to come back, and he's going to ask me about pineapple on pizza. So, what I want from you guys, if y'all are still listening, give me some comments. I'll see if I can find them here on my screen. I see a few. I don't always see the ones that Joey sees, but pineapple on pizza, that's from the devil, ultimately. Pineapple on pizza does not belong, and I'll put it in a category of things that it does not belong with, like ranch on pizza or buffalo chicken on pizza. Now, I say all this stuff, and then I got exposed to, it's called the Little Piggy. It's a pizza that is, it's made at Bankhead Brewery in downtown Rowlett, and it is, you read the description of these pizzas, and you're like, this is not pizza. This is just a concoction that they put on a crust, ultimately. So, Crystal, thank you. No, sir, no pizza. Well, no pineapple. Well, maybe I'm out of line. You're gonna have to clarify what you mean. But Megan, thank you. No pineapple, absolutely. Brian, you know what, man? I love you in Hoke, but I think you're out of line with the pineapple there. But ranch up, man, you're just falling into the wrong categories. But I found this little piggy pizza at Bankhead Brewery. It has pork, like actual slices of pork tenderloin. It has onions, caramelized onions. It has balsamic vinegar, mozzarella cheese, obviously, and it has figs and bacon. And you know what? It does not necessarily sound like it belongs on a pizza, but it's delicious, and you need to give it a shot. But pineapple on pizza just doesn't belong. Christina, you've always been strange in my opinion, and you know what? You're eating it right now. That just solidifies that. I appreciate you. I really do. It's good, but pineapple on pizza, no ma'am. No ma'am. Sarah Combs, thank you for joining in. So Joe,
Sarah?
How do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
Well, I got to tell you, in general, I feel a lot better.
I bet you do.
So thank you for everybody for helping carry my load here in our rapid fire segment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pineapple on pizza, I don't mind it.
You don't?
It's pretty good with a little ham.
Oh my gosh.
A little Canadian bacon, eh?
So
a little hamon.
So how do you feel about the buffalo chicken pizza?
Oh, num.
Really? Oh my goodness, I can't do it. No, I can't do the buffalo sauce. I just can't do that buffalo sauce on wings. Whatever.
Chicken, like my poison.
For whatever reason.
Chicken Alfredo pizza.
See, to me, that doesn't belong on pizza. That belongs in a bowl with pasta.
You got grilled onions, you got mushrooms, you got feta cheese, you got provolone cheese, you got mozzarella cheese, and some Alfredo sauce with some grilled chicken. Good.
Why do you get closer to the mic every time you tell me about the cheese?
I was trying to emphasize how amazing and incredible.
Okay. Barbecue sauce pizza. That barbecue chicken pizza. No, ma'am. No, that. And
you don't enjoy the barbecue pizza from Cece's?
No,
what is going on?
Well, I feel like I'm living in a normal world ultimately.
Wow.
But maybe I'm sheltering myself.
See, I just saw someone talk about dipping their pizza in ranch, which is amazing.
Oh,
we're gonna have to pick this up again. We might have to do How Do You Like It Volume 3 about pizza.
Okay, pizza. There's a vast amount of pizza.
Amount of pizza.
Okay, so ultimately we have the last question in RFT. So we have.
That's so good, Debbie. Bad. I don't eat pizza.
Really, that sounded a little suspect right
there.
That's
so is Husto, but like mac and cheese pizza. Yeah, I don't.
Are
eat
you
pizza.
sliding into Debbie's DMs? Is that?
No, we were talking about pizza. And it was really good.
Oh, I see. I get it.
Really, really good.
Okay, so.
But I do enjoy messaging.
So fantasy football, and this may be two little 4-minute segments. Okay, fantasy football.
Fantasy football.
Who are you taking and why?
Oh, okay.
If you have the opportunity in a draft, who are you taking and why?
Okay, so I'm going to take Dak. I know everybody's saying, dude, there's so many other quarterbacks to take, but Dak's kind of my guy. Like he's my ride or die since his first season.
Okay.
Like all three of my teams last year were like Dak Knight.
Yeah.
Returns or Dak to the Future, like all Dak inspired names.
Okay.
My fantasy football team names are pretty consistent. They all say Average Joe's Media. But anywho,
Ryan, I appreciate the whole rapid fire. It's not necessarily rapid if it's 4 minutes, but I appreciate that.
Well, we got to start somewhere, right?
Most of our conversations, if we took one topic, it'll last easily 15 to 20. So
this is rapid.
For us, this is ridiculously rapid.
This is a condensed version. But anywho,
Absolutely.
So I think I want to get Antonio Brown for sure.
Okay.
I want to get Dak.
Antonio
for sure.
Brown with Oakland.
Yeah.
The Oakland version of Antonio Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he has something to prove. I think he has something to say.
Derek Carr, going to be a good quarterback throwing to him for sure.
Yeah, and then as far as like a deeper round pick, I'm going with my boy Switzer.
Oh. Is he still with the Steelers?
He is, and I think that between him and Juju, I think he's really going to be opening up and like being an Edelman type role there.
Okay. There was another receiver. I cannot remember who it was to save my life, but there's another receiver there that's a bigger name than him in that depth chart now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but we just did a draft, and I considered getting him because all the eyes are going to be on Juju.
That's fair.
So
I'm thinking about getting a Cleveland player or two. I think it's going to be fun to watch, and I hate saying that because clearly I hate Sooners. Hook 'em horns. I'm not on camera, so never mind. It was a bad hook 'em anyway.
It was.
But so I hate cheering for anybody from Oklahoma or A&M. But,
so you don't care about the Cardinals this year? Kyler Murray. He went to OU, right?
That dude's trash.
But he was also in Allen as an Eagle here in Texas.
Yeah, well, normally I try to support all people from Texas, but that dude was trash. He liked to run his mouth. He liked to talk some smack. We should have beat them in the second game. I'm not a fan.
Wow, we're looking for sponsors, and you're calling somebody that you know what? If he reached out, he could really change the landscape of this thing. You call him trash. That's crazy.
What's up, Dan Bryant?
Dan, man, how you doing,
hey,
brother?
Quick random thing real quick as a part of this. Speaking of UT,
you only got a minute 22, but that's okay.
I appreciate it. Can you say all right?
All right.
Earlier, Corey asked if you were Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, that's fair.
So shout out to Corey if he's still on.
That's good.
But I don't know, man. So
anybody?
What about you?
So I'm kind of on the Browns bandwagon in terms of fantasy football. You got Jarvis Landry, you got Nick Chubb, Duke Johnson always puts up some excellent running back 3 numbers. Baker Mayfield has way more upside than he has downside.
The dude's fun to watch play.
He is. I think
he's an Austin boy too.
Don't you have Kareem Hunt once he gets out of his suspension?
Yeah.
And in there, and then you have who else do you have? Odell Beckham Jr. is now there.
Yep.
And there's another one. Antonio Callaway put up quite a bit of numbers there at the end of the season for them, and he's kind of a relatively unknown in terms of the Browns. So, I mean, they have a lot more upside to drafting them than they have a downside, in my opinion.
On tight ends, are you going to go with like a powerhouse like Kelsey, or are you going to go old school with Witten?
So I'm not going old school with Witten. I'm going more like a middle-of-the-road powerhouse named recently. So Kyle Rudolph was real big over the last couple of years with Minnesota. And then, you know what? I'm going old school in terms of Jordan Reed. If he stays healthy, he doesn't have anybody throwing to him right now. But if you don't have someone throwing to you that has made a name for himself, then the tight end is ultimately the fallback in terms of
who was the tight end that came into Minnesota who got hurt? I love that guy. He got me so many points. Thielen
is a receiver.
Oh, am I a receiver?
Adam Thielen is a receiver.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Minnesota's an exciting.
Minnesota's exciting. You got Rudolph coming back. You got Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, who probably the best duo of receivers fantasy wise on a single team.
Right.
So I mean that's good. So let's go. Let's continue this.
One more 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Let's go. Who are you avoiding? Who are you avoiding on fantasy draft?
So that was going to be, good question. Because I was going to say,
thanks. I appreciate that.
Well, no, because I was thinking if there's anybody that you don't pick for a superstitious reason.
Right.
So I'll kind of incorporate that into my answer. So I am not going to pick anybody from the Eagles. I'm not going to pick anybody from the Giants.
So when I told you I picked Deshaun Jackson like in round 14 because I just felt like I needed a fourth receiver just in case.
Yeah.
You would have been like a hard pass.
Hard pass. And I'm not gonna get anybody from the Redskins either. I'm gonna tell you partially why. Okay.
Okay.
Anytime I've ever in my lifetime had football squares.
Okay.
Or had any big game coming up fantasy wise, and I've ever tried to invest any faith in anybody in the NFC East other than the Cowboys, I'm grossly disappointed.
Okay.
So the thing about the Giants is, for whatever reason, I can't stand the Giants. I can't cheer for them. I can't root for them. I can't really enjoy any player playing on them.
So you can't enjoy, if you had the first overall pick of your fantasy draft, you would not take Saquon Barkley.
No.
How come?
Well, I'm going to put it back on.
From a fantasy perspective.
From a fantasy perspective, I told you, dude, I'm weird. I'm twisted. I'm like a loyalty guy, and I don't.
It sounds like you're I don't want to win guy.
Well, maybe, but here's the deal. I think it goes back to, again, University of Texas football. I was a big Major Applewhite fan.
Okay.
I felt like whenever Phil Simms' son, came in, Major Applewhite got completely screwed. And so I think I've maybe like subconsciously had a hatred towards Phil Simms ever since because of his own child. That makes me not like the Giants at all.
So let me just make sure I get this right.
Yeah, it's illogical. I know that.
Because Phil Simms. Because you don't like Chris Simms.
No, Chris Simms is a great guy. I just don't like what happened.
So because what happened with Chris Simms, you
Correct.
don't like Phil Simms,
Correct.
who was a Giant back
Right.
when you were a toddler.
That's fair. And also, have you seen him on Inside the NFL? I mean, the dude's annoying when he calls a game. Who can listen to a game on CBS?
I'm
That's
not
what I
gonna
wanna know.
lie. I don't
Does
mind.
anybody listen to
I
a
do
TV
not
on
mind
CBS?
listening to Chris Sim or to Phil Simms on as a commentator for football. I do not mind it.
I want Troy and Buck.
I'm not
single
gonna
game.
lie. Troy and Buck are a great tandem. You could call them the average Joe's media of
Shout out to Troy Aikman if you ever want to come on, bud.
broadcasting an
If you
NFL
ever-
game. That's all I'm saying.
Brian, that's a fair point. I do need to get my heart out of it, but still, I mean, the Giants are trash.
But okay, so but my point is that if you want to win a game, you need points, you need production,
Right.
and Saquon Barkley was the highest point getter last year, or the second highest, at least in terms of running backs for sure.
Okay, so the year that Shady was like going to be the number one pick everywhere, I got him number one pick. I was
Shady?
so excited. Shady McCoy.
I do not know who you're talking about. McCoy,
Yeah, running.
Shady McCoy.
His nickname, he goes by Shady.
Oh,
Shady
you're talking
McCoy.
about LaShawn McCoy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was actually his first
No.
name. Dude,
No,
with how many different names there are in the NFL, Shady
That's
could
fair.
actually be a name.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, never mind. Anyways, so I got him like in 2 different leagues that year. I got him first round pick. I was so excited. He did nothing.
There's no question
But
about
you know what? I like him as like a bench option to play now that he's been with the Bills.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate some of the athletes and they're really good, but like, shout out Michael Strahan. He's amazing on television.
Yep.
When he was playing on the defense for the Giants.
So you
not a
like
huge fan.
Michael Strahan on TV, even though he was a Giant, and you
Yeah.
don't like Phil Simms on TV because he was a Giant.
That and
I'm not gonna lie.
that-
The argument there is a little bit.
I know, I'm crazy.
Backwards, is it? Backwards? Definitely backwards.
it is backwards. Shout out to Chris Armstrong. He just joined.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the rapid fire portion. And give us your
Rapid
comments.
fire.
I mean, like I said, if we were to ask one of those questions and keep going, it would literally take 15 to 20 minutes for us to fully get whatever we had on our mind, off of our mind. And so 4 minutes to us, actually, I mean, that felt pretty quick. It felt significantly longer when Joey had to relieve himself or recuse himself from this situation. But
you know what? I appreciate you and America out there on Facebook. I appreciate you for helping the average Joe out.
absolutely, all the comments, I
'Cause,
appreciate that. I mean, even though I didn't agree with you, we're not here to always agree, but we are here to always have a fantastic discussion.
I'll tell you what, because here's the thing. 4 principles of average Joe's media, right?
Oh, do we actually have this? Is this in writing?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm making it up as I go.
It's
So
currently in thought and soon to be in
so
writing.
here's the deal.
Okay.
Thing 1, right?
That's
You got to keep it fair.
Dr. Seuss.
You got to keep that's fair, right?
Yep.
So things are fair on average Joe's media.
Yep.
Pillar 2, we keep it clean.
Okay. What are we calling it? Thing 1 and Pillar 2. I need to understand. I need to know your lingo. Maybe keep it the same.
Because of number 3,
Okay.
I've heard it both ways.
Okay. Okay.
And it's in the game.
Oh, I
So-
see. This
so
is the
in-
4. These are the 4 pillars.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Of the average Joe's media. You just gonna take a drink of that thing right in
So
the
here's
middle
the
of
deal.
the
Here's the
comment.
deal. Shout out to
That's
water.
good. Yeah.
Water.
I mean-
Water's good to drink.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So it's in the game. So in the game of life,
This is crazy.
I'm going to get serious with America. In a game of life, it's important. It's important to hydrate. It's important to be healthy. And average Joe takes these things quite seriously. So every once in a while, I have to enjoy a nice sip of water.
You're gonna have to
A
pee
nice sip
again.
of water. Well, I'm probably
You
going
broke
to have
the
to.
seal.
I did break the seal. It's
Oh
all
my
downhill
goodness.
from here. But you know what, though? I feel much better.
Do you?
You know, I'm telling you earlier, we were about to record. I was feeling a little bit meh.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit good,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
you know what I mean. I'm feeling like I'm in the pocket a little bit right now. You
That's
know,
good.
I feel relieved, Joe. Boo.
Oh, that's good.
I
That's
feel
good for sure.
relieved. My cup was overfloweth, and now it's half full.
I'm just gonna put this out there. If you are gonna use, if you're
Metaphors
gonna use
inappropriately.
no, if you're gonna use Old English, I'm gonna need for you to use it correctly. I mean, because my cup was overfloweth
Excuse me.
doesn't make sense.
Hold on. Let me see if this is working.
The whole was shouldn't have been in there.
My cup overfloweth.
There you go. So that's a lot better. A lot better. I
My
appreciate
river
that.
never runs dry. My cup is half full, not half empty anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like some tea? Would you like some tea and crumpets?
This is officially derailed.
So seriously though, Chris, you were in Europe, or possibly you're still in Europe. I'm a little behind on Facebook feeds. Anybody ask you? I have to know this. Did anybody ask you if you wanted tea and crumpets? I want to know that. I would fall out of my chair.
Would you? Why exactly would you fall out of your chair if you're potentially expecting it?
Here's the deal. I have stereotypical linguistic bucket list items.
Okay. You said that surprisingly well. I'm shocked.
I mean, sometimes you got to bring your A game.
That's fair.
So I was in Madison, Wisconsin, for a work trip.
Okay.
And we were at a meeting, and a woman talking says, "Oh, don't you know?"
Don't you know, eh?
My peers that I were with looked at me like, "Don't you do it? Don't you do it?" And so I immediately started talking like I was from northern Wisconsin, and it was amazing.
Like you were ordering from a Chili's in Fargo, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's a tough one there, Mercedes.
Is it got the?
You got the 2 for $15.
The queso there. You got
queso.
You got the queso.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Is that the spinach in the white?
But I want to hear someone from Scotland say something about "you can't take my freedom."
Okay.
You can take my life, but you can't take my freedom. Even that was really bad.
Brian, I appreciate you wishing me luck. Tune in next time if we're on. Check us out. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. I appreciate you, Brian.
But I also want to. I wanted to hear someone several different things from some people from England, and I was lucky enough this last year to experience someone saying "bloody," like bloody hell.
Oh.
In bullocks. And it was amazing. It was life-changing.
Ooh, he didn't keep it clean there.
He didn't, He was like, "Oh, bloody hell." And I was like, "Thank you so much."
Bugger.
So great. It was amazing.
That's all I got.
It made my life. And so and you want to hear someone from Australia say "down under," or say "Foster's," or say you call that a knife or something. So anything from Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of Australia,
call that a knife.
You call that a knife.
It is a knife. It is a knife.
Here's a knife, right? Yeah. But speaking of Australia, shout out to Dean Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Katie and Debbie Kirchen.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Katie, I've been really excited to see all the up to date, up to speed
the
updates.
Instagram story feeds.
Oh, I'm telling you what, all the cool things. Timberland remixing a track. Good Morning America. World Tweets coming in October.
Yep.
And I'm kind of thinking, if you want to get the average Joe something for their 1-year birthday coming up November, shout out to our favorite Australian singer, songwriter extraordinaire, the Dean Lewis.
So, Katie, what I'm proposing right now is that I think he's in Dallas on the 16th of October, and then goes to Phoenix on the 18th of October. All I'm saying is that the 17th there seems like there's a potential opening.
I'm telling you what.
I mean, I feel like I'll take off work that day.
Oh, for sure.
And we can do it early, so he can still get his flight, get booked into his hotel. And have some time to recover between shows. But Katie, what I'm telling you is October 17th, I think that needs to happen.
Potentially.
Dean Lewis, if he is in any measure of contact with you, all I'm saying, put a bug in his ear. Just a little bug.
Just throw it out there.
Just a little average Joe's
or
bug.
You know what?
And October 17th, all in the same sentence. And he's in Dallas. We are, 12 minutes from Dallas?
I'm telling you what, if we can be in Dallas.
Well, I mean, technically, but from where he's probably going to be, anywhere from 12 to 20 minutes max from where he will be in Dallas.
I'll tell you what, I bet you downtown Dallas has some here's what we're going to do. We're going to, okay. Oh, they're going to all 3 shows. That's great. Maybe we can FaceTime. But seriously, though, he might need a good hotel room. I know somebody who worked for Hilton.
Oh, that's right.
I do know somebody who works for Hilton.
If he needs a hotel booked on any kind of potential
he needs
discount.
an upgrade or something. If he has any type of issues, I know people.
Yeah.
Shout out to the average Kiki Kelly. You need to get in on this. We need to take care of
we need to have
Mr.
some
Lewis.
kind of synergy that
really
gets Dean Lewis into the guest chair. And you know what? He can choose whichever mic he wants.
I'm going to tell you what else. Here's the other thing, too. So, Dean, if you want to buy a house, we've got you a guy, John Jacobus.
If you want a place in the Metroplex,
Well, I bet you
John Jacobus.
John would figure out how to do real estate in Australia. I bet we are.
He might figure that out. But if you're looking for a home away from home, also,
I'll tell you what.
I mean, he's
because
getting big. He's getting
Austin,
big enough.
Live music capital of the world, bud.
He's getting big enough to where he's going to need homes away from home.
He really is.
And John Jacobus is your man.
Or Debbie and Katie, you guys get a bigger house.
Yep.
John will hook you up. Yep. Jordan Holiday with Wells Fargo. Home
mortgages.
He'll help you finance it.
Absolutely.
So you can take care of that too. And then if you know what, the Timberland remixing one of Dean's albums was really great. But if Dean's saying to himself, man, you know what, I'm really digging that. I want to do some more crossover type stuff. Hit up Globe Media.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, can you imagine like a little riff on Japanese denim with Dean Lewis
with a Be All Right or a Waves going into it?
I'm telling you what, man.
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I would go Goku.
I see how you're looking in that Japanese denim. It'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
That's all I'm saying.
Down under.
It'll be good.
I mean, I would go Goku for that.
Absolutely.
I really would. We know people.
That's right.
So your people get in touch with our people.
That's right.
And our people get in touch with your people. And then all of our people become one. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all about?
I'm fairly certain.
We're trying to create a culture here, trying to create a community. And Dean, we want to extend that community to Australia.
All you need is love. That's all I'm saying.
Well, all you need is love, and all you need is a little average Joe's media in your life.
I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you do not take part of the average Joe's experience.
Because you know what? He might want some downtime. So here's the deal.
Okay.
We could potentially do a glowing full podcast review of Dean Lewis, his catalog of music, his upcoming events, and maybe even potentially one of his concerts, and just dedicate an hour and a half to Dean. And if Dean wasn't able to make it, it's okay, but Dean can give a shout out.
What if the possibility of
and say, us... hey, all my fans, 30 million of them, go check out Average Joe's Media. He's going to talk about me.
What about the possibility of us coming to him on the 16th before he does his show, before he does all the sound check stuff, and you know what, having a little episode there. That's all I'm saying. There are so many opportunities that potentially exist with this Dean Lewis potential.
If nothing else, we are going to put together, Debbie and Katie, we're going to put together a Dean Lewis care package. Because I think
sweeten the deal a little bit.
Well, even
is that what you're talking about? Sweetening the deal.
He is a busy man, and he's up and coming, and we would not want to interfere with his shine.
Absolutely.
But he might want to use. He might want a shirt.
That's right. He might.
If it gets cold, he might me a scarf.
He might not have done his laundry one day, and then
boom, of a sudden, Average Joe's Media.
And he has something to wear.
I know, and then maybe he might need a ball cap. I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
we might work on that one. But you know what? He might be thirsty, but just a little bit thirsty. Because when you're singing doing a concert on a show, you don't always have time to take really big drinks. Yeah. So if he needs a little drink to clear his throat, we have shot glasses.
Sometimes you go whiskey, 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 water, water, water. Repeat.
Foster's.
Okay. That's a bit of a stretch right there.
And if he wanted to say shrimp on the Barbie, I might kill over. It'd be really great.
I mean, what if he wore the Average Joe's Media shirt
while singing in concert?
His concert.
What?
And just gave us a little shout out. Hey guys, listen to Average Joe's Media. Make sure you understand the Joe's is Jos.
Katie's gonna hate us.
She probably is, but all I'm saying is that we got hits in Australia, so maybe it is Dean Lewis when he's home on his downtime listening.
I'm thinking it is
to this glory that
or his attorneys trying to figure out whether or not they're going to sue us for defamation. I haven't figured it out. Or stalking.
I don't know. How are we going to do defamation? All we're doing is talking him up here. I mean,
that's fair.
I'm just throwing it out there. Katie's laughing apparently.
Good.
Debbie, we appreciate you giving us the update on that. So,
and we need to have you guys back on season 3.
That's right.
You've been gone too long.
There's potential there. So,
I just thought of something.
Okay.
I'm interrupting you. I apologize, but I really think
that's kind of one of the things.
I think it's one of the things that makes me adorable. So coming up in September, so it'd be season 3, right?
Yep.
Disney Trivia Night.
Yep.
We're single dads. We have 3 kids.
Yep.
That span the ages of 16 all the way down to 7.
Yep, absolutely. We've seen some Disney movies.
We've seen some Disney movies, but I got to tell you what, there's a lot of information.
Yep.
And I tend to let some of that go. When it comes to remembering some of this stuff, I just sometimes let it go.
If we go to a Disney podcast, you're gonna have to stop hitting that. This is like the second or third time in a row.
I just wish I could hit it with finesse so it sounded like I was playing a bass.
I wish you could just leave it alone. If you keep messing with it, you're going to hit it.
Okay, that's fine.
Wow. Okay. So, and that's when the producer turns off his
mic.
That's
when the producer turns off his mic.
So
I'm glad we don't have one other than us yet.
Well, that's fair. So
I would pay him to do horrible things to annoy you. I apologize.
I mean, are you good? You hit it again.
I'm gonna stop now.
I'm
gonna stop right now. I'm just gonna play.
No, this is the Average Joe show.
No, it's not.
It's
not.
At this moment, for the last 4 minutes, it has
I apologize.
been the Average
Take the
Joe
camera
show.
off of me. Put it on you, and I'm gonna be quiet.
No.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Just interrupt me many times.
I'm gonna be quiet. I apologize.
But ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Just when you have so many thoughts running through your mind, this, that, and the other, you know, sometimes you just got to get out there and you got to talk about it.
I think you really have to, because it might not be something that you care about.
And then you realize.
Then you do.
Absolutely, that you do. Chris Miles, former student several years ago. Chris Miles, man, how are you doing? Appreciate you joining in. That's awesome. So, you know, we got some good stuff coming up. You know, season 3 is going to kick off in the next couple of weeks.
Season 3.
And we got some crazy stuff happening. John, we appreciate you for wanting to get in and help the Average Joes grow the brand. And you know what? You know, we will rep you to the best of our ability.
I'm telling you what. We're gonna find some people that want their American dream to come true.
That's right. Owning a home, first-time home buyer, maybe 12-time home buyer. You never know. John is not going to turn you away if you've owned a home before. He's not going to do it. He's going to welcome you with open arms, and he's going to make sure that you have the best possible experience.
I'm telling you what. I really hope. This is what I really hope. I really hope we get a chance to do an open house podcast.
Yep, that would be awesome. But the things we have coming up imminently tomorrow night. We have the Average Joe's Twitch streaming crossover event.
Crossover event of the century
on Killa B Gaming on Twitch TV. We're gonna have Killa B Brian. He's going to make sure that that we know how to have our mics share onto his Twitch and everything. Make sure all that stuff goes down without a hitch, and then we're gonna be playing some Fortnite with him.
Yep.
And in the middle of that game, you know what? We're gonna be talking about stuff in the interim between games. We're gonna be talking about stuff during the game. We're gonna be talking about the game mostly, probably.
Maybe some gaming rapid fire.
Right. It could be. It could be. We might throw a timer up there for sure. Kiki joined. Appreciate you. Husband and wife joining about the same time. That's cute.
Well, she heard her ears are ringing because we got to hook up Dean Lewis with Hilton.
That's right, Dean Lewis and some Hilton honors situation.
And then also when we play with Brian tomorrow night, we can ask him, you know, like, what are the things that make us so cute in his opinion?
Well, that's.
I mean.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. So, I mean, I feel like we need to potentially, whenever we close this thing on a regular basis, we need to close with the Average Joe's song.
I think we really do.
And you know what? We'll try to bypass the intro portion of it where we say the Average Joe Boo and the Average Joe.
I gotta tell you what, it's not making my dreams come true unless I get to hear Chris say, "Oh yeah."
Well, that is fair. Absolutely fair.
That is super fair.
So, but ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have Twitch, you can just go twitch.tv, check us out, search Killa_B_gaming, and check us out tomorrow night. That's going to happen approximately 8 p.m., maybe 8:30. I think 8 p.m. is probably reasonable.
I think it's pretty fair. We might have to delay just a little bit, depending upon schedules with children and parenting and all that good stuff.
Children, parenting, technical difficulties. We're going to make sure we get all those things squared away before we get going, and then.
But give him a follow, give him a subscribe, give him a like. We really want
absolutely
during this broadcast tomorrow for him to get to reach that pinnacle.
Absolutely, we do.
So that he can take it to the next level.
And you know what? He knows what he's doing on these games, man. I tell you what, he knows what he's doing, and he's got some good advice. He's got some. He makes a good example of what he's doing, and you know what? Also, he makes it fun.
He's a good guy too.
It's more fun playing with Brian than it is playing with your just your average gamer.
I'll tell you what, we get in fights with the boys all the time because it's like, okay, there's my two boys, and then there's the two of us.
Yep.
Who's Brian going to play with?
Yep.
Constantly put him on the hot spot.
Yeah. Well, hey, Dean's a gamer, so
Dean,
I think
squad up, bro.
I think
squad
Katie,
up.
What I'm going to need for you to do is, or Debbie, both of you,
log into his Fortnite and add us as friends.
Well, yes, that could be good, but just mention, hey, we got these guys. They're going to shout you out on
Killer Bees stream.
And it's not Killer, it's Killa.
Killa.
Yeah, okay.
KILLA_B_gaming.
It's a little bit hard for me to read. I don't know if it's hard to read on the stream right now, but the purple kind of blends in with the blue a little bit there. But I don't know if y'all can read it great. If not, then hopefully you're listening to what I say and you can interpret it in terms of typing it into a computer.
Well, instead of that being more of a slam dunk, maybe that swirled around the rim a little bit.
That's fair. But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in. All the comments, all the interaction, we really, really appreciate that. All the likes, all the love we got. Thank you so much for everything that you do, everything you do in terms of the support for the Average Joes. And again, like us on Facebook, catch us on Spotify, Apple iTunes Podcasts. We're on Twitter, Instagram,
YouTube,
Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube. This is coming up on YouTube as well. So if you missed part of it and you want to come back and see what you missed, absolutely. YouTube.
We have a Twitch account now.
Absolutely, and it's just going to be a great time in my opinion. Season 3, great things coming up for us.
I think so, man. And this is the other cool thing about Season 3 is as we wind down Season 3. We got the big 1-year anniversary coming. Average Joe's Media's first birthday.
That's right.
Ain't no party like an Average Joe's party because the average party don't stop.
Well, that's fair. And ultimately, what we have to deal with is trying to figure out, can we make Season 3 finale on the 1-year anniversary of the Average Joe's Media creation?
I agree. And also, too, as far as season finales go, this one's up there as my favorite, so we're going to have to elevate our season finale game even more.
As far as season finales, this is the only one we've actually called a finale. Because when episode 24 happened of season 1, I think it was one of the road trip ones. Mm-hmm. And then we just decided, you know what, that was the finale.
That's fair.
Let's start with a new season. Let's start with new stuff, new opportunities, more guests, maybe a little bit longer shows. That's all I'm saying.
But even though it's our only finale, much like Jordan is my favorite oldest son, Jackson is my favorite youngest son, and obviously Grace is my favorite daughter.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
It's my favorite finale, just like you're my favorite podcast co-host.
I appreciate that. That's good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, just as you start thinking about this, that, and the other, when things come up, you have a hot sports opinion about it. It's something you didn't know you cared about. Until next time, which next time will be Season 3, officially.
Episode 1,
Season 3, Episode 1.
We're tentatively going to try for that to be the Friday Night Lights episode. It might end up being Episode 2 or 3. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But, give us some opinions. And if you want to be on part of Season 3, you need to let us know so we can get you in the book.
Absolutely. So until next season, I'm the Average Joe Boo.
And I am the Average Joe.
Telling you to keep it clean.
Yeah, you're listening to the Average Joe's, things you think you don't care about. It's America's fastest growing podcast, so just sit back and relax. We got the Average Joe Boo and the Average Joe. We got the mic set up in the studio. Gonna entertain ya, nobody can blame ya. Spending all of your time listening to the Average Joes. We're gonna talk about something that you think you don't care about. We're gonna talk about something that you think you don't care about.